I've heard from a lot of you guys in my video comments that you need some help editing your videos. So in today's video, I want to solve a problem for you by showing you how you can edit a video using a simple video editor called Movavi, who sponsored this video so I can show you guys some of their features. For those of you who are passionate about filming, not everything you film is going to look amazing right out of the camera. So you can use some nice tricks here in the Movavi app to make those videos really pop and look cinematic. Movavi is definitely not as complicated and doesn't have as big of a learning curve as some of the pro video editors like Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, or Final Cut. But those take so much learning time and also so much time to edit. I personally edit all my YouTube videos using Premiere Pro, but I edit all the time and my videos take a long time to edit. When I recommend Premiere Pro, it's often too much for people that are just getting started. That's where Movavi comes in, because it's a much simpler way to edit your videos that you can pick up and learn really easily. I want to show you guys how you can just have fun editing, create a cool, simple edit that you can actually share with your friends so that you can keep your passion in your filmmaking and not lose it by getting drained out through some complicated editing software. It's really easy to do. I'm going to show you how to do it. One of the reasons I want to show you guys this software as a beginner is you don't really need a super high-powered laptop. You can do it on any old standard laptop, and it's going to allow you to edit those videos like a pro. Movavi markets their editor as a simple yet powerful editor for creating your wow videos. So I want to test it out and show you guys how that can really happen. Also, if you guys want to follow along with me on this video editing tutorial, you can download a free version of Movavi using the link in my video description below. And that'll allow you to try out all these features just like I'm doing right here, and you can see if it's a good editor for you. So now I'm just gonna go get some footage to get some clips so I can show you guys how to edit these. I'm just gonna pop down to the beach right here and see what kind of clips I can get. And when I come back, I'm gonna show you how to make a simple edit using Movavi. I'm just gonna grab my GoPro Hero 13, maybe a 360 camera, and see what kind of footage I can get. So let me get my gear together. Let's go get some footage. So I went down and filmed some clips at the beach right here. It was a beautiful day. The waves weren't too good, but I still got some nice clips for you guys. I also had my daughter film behind the scenes so you can see how easy it is to film these types of clips. It doesn't take anything special, just a little creative eye and a little bit of thoughtfulness. So I'm going to take these shots in to Movavi and show you how to turn them into a nice cinematic video. If you do record using a 360 camera, you do need to reframe those clips first before you bring them into Movavi. And then when they're a regular video file, you can import them with the rest of your video files that you shot with your camera, your action camera, or even your phone. First, we just need to import those clips from your camera over to a folder on your computer. So just drag those over to a folder on your computer. And before you get editing, I recommend organizing your files so that you can have them in an order chronologically or how you want to put them in the video timeline. You can always change it around later, but it's really helpful to have those clips in the order you kind of think you want to put them. It just makes it a lot easier when you go to edit. You don't have to shuffle clips around so much. Now let's jump into Movavi. I'm going to show you how to put together a video clip by clip. This here is the Movavi editing interface, and I'm going to show you guys around this so you can kind of understand how it works in a real simple way. Over here you have some different menu items that you're going to use to edit your videos. So first of all, you can import the files right here, and it's going to open up this dialog where you can either click here to add your files, or if you have your files in a folder somewhere, you can just select all of those and drag them and drop them right into this area right here. Like I mentioned before, I sorted through these files and I put them in kind of an order of the clips that I want to use, so it's going to be really easy to show you guys. The first thing you want to do is just bring these clips down into this timeline right here. This is the timeline where you're going to assemble everything. It's really simple. Now you can just add all of your files to the timeline. Just like this, if you drag them in, it's going to bring them in order into the timeline. And all of the full clips are in the timeline. If you want to pre-trim your clips, you can also trim them up here by just clicking on one of the files and trimming the clip first. And that's just going to allow you to bring in less large clips, and it's going to be a little bit easier. But I'm just going to bring these in right here into the timeline in their full length. And I'm just going to trim these clips right here in the timeline. To trim it, all you need to do is grab the edge of the clip and pull it to where you want to start the action. I'm just going to go right there, and then I'm going to end it right about here. So you see how there's gaps right here because I trimmed it? I'm just going to click this little icon right here. Now it's going to close all those gaps. When I make trims, it's just going to close the gaps and keep the video together. So I'm just going to do that for each one of these clips and trim them to the part of the video that I actually want to show. So right now you'll see I've got this arrow tool. I'm using this selection tool here to drag these clips. But you can also use this blade tool if you want to use multiple parts of one clip. So I'm just going to scroll through this one, cut it right there. And now I can go further in the clip, and I want to start it right about there. So I can just cut that clip, and then I'm going to cut it again and go right there. And now I can go back over to the selection tool, and you can just cut those pieces that you don't want. Now I have all these clips right here trimmed in the timeline, at least close to where I want them. One of the tools that is really cool in Movavi, especially if you're making talking instructional videos or vlogs, is the silence removal tool. This is a really nice feature to use if you're making talking videos. Like a lot of the tutorials that I make, I often pause or I say things the wrong way and I want to correct them. This tool is going to help you cut those silences automatically so you don't have to go through and manually find the silences. It's going to really just help you set the pace of your video, and it's going to make it that much easier to create that polished vlog. The next thing that I would recommend doing is if you're planning on creating a short little video and you want to have a music as the background, you can use this beat detection tool. So first I'm just going to drag in a music clip that I'm going to use for the background of this video. Movavi has tons of audio tracks here available, and you can use any of them in the video as long as you just mention Movavi in your description. If you do a hashtag Movavi or something, then you can have the copyright to any of these videos. So I found a music track here that I'm going to use for this video. So if I just double click it, it's going to bring it right into the timeline there. I'm going to leave it the full length right now, but you can shorten it later to match your video clips. Now I'm going to add that beat detection tool. So this is in the tools here under the audio at the top, and it's called beat detection. Now if you have this clip highlighted, you can use that beat detection tool to automatically detect the audio beats. That's going to allow you to time your video to that music really well. So I'm just going to have a kind of fast-paced video. So I'm going to go down to 1 second between the beats. And you'll see here on the timeline, it's got a bunch of different beats that it detected from the video. You don't have to start and stop at all of them. But if you do bring a video clip in at those points, it's really going to make your video look a lot more cinematic. It's so much easier than listening to a song and trying to detect where you should bring clips in. All you have to do is drag those clips, space them out to the beats, and you've got a video that looks like it's really well done. So the beat detection tool is a really easy one to use, and it's going to make it a lot quicker to edit these videos. So I'm just going to get all these beats timed, and then I'll come back and show you guys in just a second. Also, if you are creating a video for Instagram or some other video platform where you want auto subtitles, it's right here in Movavi. So you can go ahead and import a video where you're talking, like this one here. And if you just click on it, you can go up to the tools here and go up to auto subtitles, and you can just generate subtitles automatically. I'm just going to go generate right here. It's going to automatically detect my spoken voice and create those subtitles right there. So you can see here it just generated these subtitles automatically. There's all these different styles you can choose from, so you can match whatever style you're going for. One of the things I really love about this editing software is that I can edit out the silences really easy. So you'll see when we go to edit, I can talk, and if I have silences or I pause too long, there's an automatic silence editing tool. Now that you've got these clips in the timeline here, and you've got them timed to the beats of the music, you're getting really close to already making a video. Then you should just fine tune each of the clips just for colors and audio. So you can click on the clip and then open up the tools. And within the tools, there's a bunch of tools here for video. And one of the best tools to use is the color adjustments. There's presets where you can just choose these automatic colors. It's going to show you a preset as you hover over it. And if you just want to do manual adjustments, you just go over to manual mode. And you're going to want to add saturation to most of your videos because it just makes it look a lot better. You can also use some of the other adjustments depending on what your shots look like. There's a bunch of really easy tools in here, so you can crop and rotate or reposition your video. You can also add stabilization if your stabilization wasn't good enough. And if you want to slow your videos down for slow motion, you can do that right here. Just make sure you record it in a video frame rate that can be slowed down, such as 60 frames per second. And if you did, then you can slow your videos down and play them back in slow motion. I'm just going to keep it at regular speed right here. There's some easy tools right here. Very simple and easy to change the overall look of your video. So next, I'd recommend just quickly going through each one of your clips and making sure that they look good. There's another way you can affect the look of your videos, and that's just going to the effects bar right here. And there's a bunch of different tools. You'll see there's different effects, such as light leaks. There's also different filters you can use to just make your video have a different look. You've also got overlay effects with a bunch of different shapes here. And you've got some LUTs here, which are just basic color grading presets for your videos. So you can just scroll through and find one that you like the look of if you don't want to manually go and change your colors. What's really useful with Movavi, if you decide to add some filter like this and you want to apply it through your whole video, you don't have to drag it onto each clip. You can just add it to one clip, and then you'll see right here, if you click on it, it's going to show the effects that are applied. So there's manual adjustments and the filter. You can also just copy these effects right here. Just go to copy effects. So then you can just paste it onto any other clip and give it the same kind of look. So if you just go paste effects right there, it's going to kind of match the next clip. I'm going to undo that because I'm not going to make this video look like that style. But you can see the idea, and there's a lot of different creative things you can do. But that copy effects tool is a really great way to get a kind of uniform look throughout your video, especially if you filmed with the same camera throughout the whole video. Under the elements, these are some extra things you could add. I'm not going to really add any of these to the video. You can see there's tons of different options for different little icons you can use, just if you want to spice up your video. It really depends what kind of style you're going for. There's also special effects, so if you want to add like a flame to your video, you can move it around and, you know, just add some cool little special effects. Many of these things you probably won't use, but it depends on the style and what you're looking for. But you can use these packs, which are really useful. So these are effects packs. They've got different things within the pack that you can use to kind of have a uniform look throughout the video. So you'll see in this one, for example, it's got different color grading and overlay effects that you can use to get kind of the action look. And this one is just a bunch of special effects. So you can go through there and they kind of grouped them together just to make it a little easier to find and go with a certain kind of look. You've almost got a video already. All you need to do is add some text, because text and titles really add a lot to a video and make it look a lot more exciting and kind of keep people's interest throughout it. And you can notice throughout this video, I used that Coolangata sign quite a few times to just give people a sense of place, because as you're watching the video, people are going to read. And if you can get words in there, say it's at a local coffee shop or wherever you're going, it's going to really add a lot of interest into your videos. So I kind of use that Coolangata and lifeguard a few different times just to try to get some words into there. But you also want to just use titles, and they've got a lot of great titles here. When you use this title tool right here, there's quite a few different titles you can use, and you can get a preview of them if you hover over it. So I think I'm going to use that one somewhere right here. You can just go in, you can change what it says. You've got this one here, which is a clean circle. I think I'll use that one. I also like the look of this one. This is pretty cool right here. And all you need to do if you want to use one of these is just drag it right down here over onto this upper layer right above. And then you can adjust the spacing of how you want the timing of that to be. So I'm just going to put that one right here and then adjust the text and color of it right here. You can just change what it says on each line, change the color of it. So I added this text throughout it. I've got a little title in the beginning. And then right here, I just added this one so you can see a little, making fun of how small the waves were. And this one right here, just to kind of finish it off because I'm getting towards the end of the video and it's nice to keep text going throughout it. You can also do some more creative and advanced editing techniques with that text. For example, you can get the people to go behind the text, or you can get the text to fill with the scene. But that does kind of involve another video. So if you guys want that, let me know in the comments below if you'd like a little tutorial on how to do that in Movavi, and I'll see what I can do. But right now, I just want to give you guys the basics of how to create a quick little video, and you're getting there. You're almost ready to export this thing. Before you export though, you're going to want to add some transitions. So just click right here. There's a ton of different transitions. I'm just going to go to some of the basic ones because I feel like sometimes you can get too overdone with transitions. You can just go through and choose some of the different transitions to use. When you find one that you like, you just drag it right in between two clips. That's going to add that transition. You can see right here, I've got some transitions between these clips. That's just going to make your videos look a little bit more professional. And then the last thing you'll want to do for the audio and for the video clips is just click on the beginning clip and do a little fade in. You can just set that time to like half a second. So it just fades in. And then at the end also, it helps a lot if you fade out. So just double click on that. And you'll see I did a fade out of a half a second. And over here, you do a fade out, did it at 2 seconds just so the music slowly fades away. And you'll see as it plays, that video is going to slowly fade instead of just cutting abruptly. It just looks a lot more professional. Then just go through your clip, and when you're happy with what you got, you can click right here to export. These are the export settings. You can give your video a name and a destination where you want to export to. And then you can just click right here. I'm going to go to high quality. So this right here is exporting a 1080 video. If you want to change that, you go to advanced and use this drop-down menu to select your resolution. Right here is 4K, so I'm going to select that. And this is just reminding you that if you do use some of the music, you just need to mention Movavi in the description somewhere and it'll clear those claims. And you can start and export your video, and you've just made yourself a video here in Movavi. Very simple, but yet it looks really good. So let's take a look at what this video looks like. I edited it in about 10 minutes, and you guys could do the same. It's very easy.
Truly bad.
If you do want to try the Movavi Video Editor 2026, there's a link in the video description below. So you can just go download it. You can try it out. It's limited to 60-second edits, and it's also got a watermark on it, but at least you can try it out and see if these editing tools are going to be the right ones for you, and if that's going to make your video editing process easier. Because using a video editor that's easy and creates professional looking videos without much effort on a regular computer is a huge game changer. So try it out and see if that's a good one for you. If you are ready for the full version of Movavi, they offer a monthly payment plan, which makes it really easy. I know you guys are really passionate about your filmmaking, so be sure to check out this video right here. I think you'll like it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.